Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something that honestly almost sounds like a superpower. We're looking directly at the methods shared by entrepreneur and behavioral expert John Assaraf on how to specifically use cognitive priming to hit your financial targets. I absolutely love this topic because it takes something we literally all think about, making a better living, getting that financial security, and shifts it totally away from just, the pure hustle and grind. Instead, it asks us to look inward at our own mental hardware. We're going to break down the exact steps to literally train your brain to achieve your financial goals. So get ready because the blueprint we're exploring today is just incredibly empowering.
So let's start right at the top with the ultimate question. Is it actually possible to train your brain to make more money? Just kind of let that hang there for a second. Think about it. We spend so much time training our bodies in the gym, right? Or we train for a new skill at work, but training your actual neurological pathways to generate wealth?
Well, the answer, at least according to Assaraf's methodology, is a resounding yes. Okay, let's dive into this. It's not some woo-woo magic. It's a highly structured chronological blueprint that leverages exactly how your mind processes reality and sets goals. By the end of this explainer, you're going to understand exactly how to align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions to make this a reality.
All right, step 1, absolute financial clarity. As Assaraf learned early on, we really have to completely cross out those vague wishes like, oh, I want to be rich, or I just need more money. To ground this abstract idea of wealth, you absolutely need a concrete target. Assaraf actually shares this great story about his own mentor from years ago, a really successful businessman named Walter Schneider. And Schneider stressed that to achieve your goals, you first have to know exactly what they are. So let's just use $100,000 a year as our working example. If you aren't earning this right now, the very first thing you got to do to train your brain to make this amount is to get crystal clear on that exact figure. It's really about giving your mind a highly specific destination. And seeing it like this brilliantly illustrates how we make that massive number a bit more digestible. You just break it down. A $100,000 yearly goal, well, that becomes roughly $8,500 a month, or, about $2,150 every single week. Breaking it down exactly like this is absolutely crucial. It gives your brain the extreme clarity required to actually start the training process. $100,000 can feel like climbing Mount Everest, but $2,100 a week? Okay, actually that starts to feel like a scalable hill. You can obviously choose whatever amount you want, but you must know the exact number per week, per month, or per year.
Moving right along to step 2, the power of mental rehearsal. This right here is the core mechanism of the entire process. Notice the exact phrasing of this simple affirmation Assaraf recommends. Actually, read it with me. I am so happy and grateful for the fact that I am now earning, and, well, this is where you fill in the blank. If we stick to our previous example, it becomes, I am so happy and grateful for the fact that I am now earning $8,500 a month. Now, really notice that it's stated in the present tense. It's not, I will earn or I hope to earn someday. No, it is stated as a current, already existing reality. But look, just having the quote written down isn't enough. You need a system for repetition to actually train your brain. First, you're going to read that affirmation 5 to 10 times every single morning, right upon waking up. Then you're going to read it another 5 to 10 times every single night right before you go to sleep. By hitting your brain with this repetition during those specific kind of twilight states of waking up and falling asleep, you are deeply, deeply ingraining this new target into your subconscious.
But here is where we really kick things into high gear. As you repeat this affirmation, you have to close your eyes and mentally rehearse. I mean, you need to vividly visualize receiving that money. Picture the actual physical check in your hand, or, mentally log into your banking app and see that exact balance on the screen. But go way beyond just the money itself. Visualize the impact. What does this do for your family, your friends, your community, the charities you've always wanted to support? Assaraf says you need to get totally immersed in this mental movie. Feel the emotions as if you were an A-list Hollywood actor pretending that this was absolutely real in this very moment. It's not just seeing it, it's feeling it.
Which brings us to step 3, activating the genius CEO.
So let's define exactly what's happening under the hood here. When you read that affirmation, and when you mentally rehearse and generate those powerful emotions of already having the wealth, you are cognitively priming your brain to see and feel it as reality right now. This specific process activates different parts of your brain, specifically the left prefrontal cortex. Now, this is considered the genius CEO or like the Einstein part of your brain.
By constantly priming it, this part of your brain gets right to work. It actually starts filtering the world differently, actively helping you figure out the how to actually achieve that specific goal and dream. Think of it like you're programming a GPS, and your brain is just sitting there calculating the absolute best route.
Step 4. Vision boards and daily action. So, Asaraf highly recommends taking a physical board, or honestly even just a digital board on your computer, and curating pictures of the lifestyle that earning your target amount will allow you to live. Cut out pictures of the specific car you'd drive. Find images of the exact places you'd go on vacation, the kind of home you'd live in, even the specific charities you'd be cutting big checks to. What you're doing is creating a visual menu of the outcome of earning that $100,000 a year. You really want to surround yourself with these visual reinforcements of your target.
And the absolutely crucial point here is this: act as if it is real right now. Look at your vision board, do your mental rehearsals, and literally step into that scenario today. This is a profound psychological trick. You essentially stop waiting for the success to happen before you allow yourself to feel it. You generate the feeling of success first, which primes the brain, which then drives the behaviors that actually create the success. It's a real game changer.
And that brings us to the final bridge between the mental priming and real-world results. Because, let's be real, you can't just sit on the couch and visualize all day. You have to take physical action. The structure here is pretty simple. Step 1, ask yourself a specific daily question, which we'll look at in just a second. And step 2, based on the answer to that question, take 1 or 2 physical action steps toward making it a reality. This combination, the internal mental rehearsal plus the external physical actions, is absolutely the most powerful way to train your brain. Which leaves us with this final, incredibly powerful question Asaraf suggests you ask yourself every single day. What can I do today to make that amount of income a reality? And I want to challenge you right now. Don't just let this be another explainer you passively consume. Go write down your financial target, create your affirmation, and right now, as you step away from this, ask yourself this exact question. What is one single physical action you can take today to make that number real? Your brain is fully ready to be trained. The genius CEO is just sitting there waiting for its instructions. So, what's your first move going to be?